Hello and welcome again to the Writer Review. This is Eric Correct Writer, and this week we're going to be taking a look back at the action comedy from 1985 titled Police Story. Now, Police Story runs for 1 hour and 40 minutes long. It is directed by Jackie Chan. The script was written by Jackie Chan and Edward Tang. It is produced by Raymond Chow, Leonard Ho, and Cho Yi-Wong. It is composed by Michael Lay, Tang Su Lam, Kevin Bassenson from the export version, and J. Peter Robinson from New Line Cinema version. The cinematography was done by Chung Yi Cho, and it was edited by Peter Cheung. And the stars of the movie are Jackie Chan, Brigitte Lin, Maggie Chun, Chor Yuen, Charlie Cho, Fung Hark-On, Lam Kwok-Hung, Bill Tung, Cam Hing Yin, Mars, Lao Chi Wing, Tai Po, Kent Tong, Wan Fat, Bowie Wu, Clarence Kwok, and Money Low. Obviously, this guy is broke. No, I'm just kidding. Plus a big contribution to the Jackie Chan stunt team. Some people often nickname this movie Glass Story because so many glass is broken in this game or gets destroyed during the fight scenes that you can almost play it as a drinking game. For every time a glass breaks, you must take a sip. Imagine how fucking wasted you would become after the end of watching this movie. I think you'd better lie down and recover from that hangover. Otherwise, tomorrow morning you're gonna look like shit. I'm just telling you. Make no question about it, Police Story is clearly one of the greatest action films ever made, starring, written, and directed by Jackie Chan, which features top-of-the-line action, painfully driven stunts, and most of all, an intense atmosphere that will likely take your breath away. Of course, it wouldn't be a Jackie Chan movie without Chan being resourceful in his fight scenes, without the usage of everyday weapons used in his fight scenes, and battling multiple enemies simultaneously while he remains unscathed. It's like he's practically almost untouchable. Here he is, fighting life and limb just to please us. Well, it actually really goes to show you that in real life, Jackie Chan is not invincible. Throughout his career in stunt work and action movies, he has had a history of broken bones and many multiple injuries, and yet he will come back again to dish out more action, impress us with amazing stunts, use some level of comedy, while also at the same time sustaining injuries. Oh, and we're always treated to a few bloopers at the end, which is always a nice touch. Sure, his fight scenes are often played with some levels of humor, used to great effect. It will surely keep you entertained throughout, and has been very successful over the years. But underneath all the praise, the film isn't perfect by any means. Okay, I know I'm probably asking too much. I know it's not fucking Shakespeare or Hemingway. And practically, who gives a fuck? It's an action movie. What more do you want? It's meant to take your mind away, suspend your disbelief, and just go for the ride. While the action scenes do hold up to perfection, the slapstick comical moments definitely kind of seem out of place for a very serious-minded movie. So the story goes a little something like this. Criminal boss Cho Tao, played by Chor Yuen, and his minions are hiding in a decrepit village situated on a steep hillside. The Royal Hong Kong Police is after these guys and assign Kai Kui, or I believe in the English dubs he is called Kevin Chan, played by Jackie Chan, up to the task to bring these guys the justice they deserve. The assignment doesn't go as planned, as the village gets destroyed by explosions as Kevin chases Chu Tao. This mission leads to an amazing display of action as the tension rises as we witnessed an incredible chase on a double-decker bus, where at one point Ka Kui hangs on by an umbrella, swinging his body around the bus, and one of the more dangerous stunts in cinematic history. This one probably almost came close to killing Jackie Chan. But Jackie Chan only sustained a few minor injuries. It should be noted that Chan never uses protective devices like a harness and depends heavily on wiring, which means he physically depends on his strength and a little luck to accomplish his dangerous feats. Kids, don't try this at home, unless you are a trained professional. Tao gets sentenced to jail, while his receptionist, Selena, played by Brigitte, is threatening to testify against him. Ka Kui is assigned to watch over Selena, much to her chagrin, and then the intense action starts to get rendered down to awkward slapstick comedy, especially to the multiple cakes in the face scenarios. The reason for her reluctance for Selena to testify against Tao is to have all her charges dropped. She resists at first, but then has a change of heart when she realizes she was duped and secretly records a prefabricated message which was played at the trial, which didn't go by very well. And there was another kind of slapstick moment there too, which also wasn't really executed that well. Tao eventually is off the hook and is back on the streets and orders his cronies to capture Selena. Feeling that her life is in danger, she gathers evidence that he will get his comeuppance. The climax emanates from a shopping mall where dozens of Tao's men try to take down Ka Kui, only for him to mow down all at once. And of course, a lot of glass breaks. And of course, the action is set on the many floors where store-brand items were used as weapons, and features an amazing stunt as Ka Kui hangs on a pole and slides down it with light bulbs hanging onto it. Great to see the camera work effectively through these angles. They were quite perfectly shot, which I will give a lot of credit to. The fighting scenes and the action scenes are the only essential things needed when seeing a movie of this caliber. But Police Story does lose its steam due to the overly excessive slapstick comedy that Jackie Chan likes to add with his action scenes. And that's not saying I oppose it, but of something of this caliber of a movie, I don't think there was a need for it. Something like Rush Hour does need comedy. Something like maybe Shanghai Noon with Owen Wilson deserves some level of comedy. But movies like Police Story and Legend of Drunken Master, we can have some comedy, but not like more frequent. It could be scattered and could be used to more subtlety. I'm not trying to be a prude. I like some humor added to the action, but the humor is just overkill at times. Sometimes the dialogue seems disjointed to the point where it actually gets on my nerves. There was a scene where Kwok-Hung was at the police station and he was answering many questions as the phones were starting to ring all at once. And he was moving from one office desk to the next. It was an unnecessary scene that could have been easily cut, and nobody would really have given a flying fuck. If it was a movie like The Naked Gun, then I get it. But this movie is way too serious to be treated so lightly. There really is no place for this bullshit. Well, it's not complete bullshit, but it's just awkwardly placed. When Jackie Chan made this movie, he was trying to shrug off the awful experience he had when he made his American film debut in 1985 with The Protector. Obviously, that movie was an awful experience for him, and I guess he got so pissed out of his fucking mind that he decided to get his shit together and made this movie. This is angry Jackie Chan. Sure, there was some smiles too, no question about it. But Jackie Chan wanted to come back with a vengeance. This movie was made in a way to fully rectify his position and to bounce back in the good graces of his film career, which no question he did. We would have to wait until 1998 when Chan would become a Hollywood action star with the Rush Hour movie, which would later open doors to a string of other successful Hollywood films like Rumble in the Bronx and Mr. Nice Guy. Sure, the good far outweigh the bad in Police Story, with its intense action, stunts, fight scenes, and atmosphere. The over-the-top slapstick scenes were distracting and were not needed for an intense film like this one. That's the only thing that I have a gripe about. You can have some comedy, but not too much, is all I'm saying. And in a movie of this caliber, we need more action, which we get, but we don't need to have too much slapstick comedy. That's all I'm saying. Now, I know I sound a little bit bad because I have a bit of a sore throat, so I'm going to make this a short one. So therefore, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. And if I was to give this movie a score out of 10, I would give Police Story from 1985 an 8 out of 10. So I guess this ends my ride review. Thank you all for listening in. If you wish to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please feel free to do so. If you wish to leave a comment, go right ahead, but just remember the 3 simple rules. Be kind, be courteous, and please refrain from any rude comments, and I will be back again with another movie review. So until next time, hopefully my voice will be back. Hopefully I'll try and get better. And I'll do a longer review. But I will be back next week for another one. So until next time, this is Aircraft Rider saying keep watching those movies and I'll see you around. Goodbye.